I'm excited to be talking with Brandon Shriver. Brandon, you served in the Army, that's right?
That's correct, Johnny.
And how long did you do that?
I did it from 2014 to 2018, so 4 years.
So what made you want to get into the military?
Part of it was my grandfather's service. He was a real big inspiration for me when I was a little kid, and he served in the Marines in World War II and the Korean War, and I always looked up to him. And when I got to graduate high school, I ran into a recruiter for the Army, and me and him really hit it off. And he was a good guy to talk with, and he was real helpful with kind of learning the process of what the military will be like before actually starting the military. And so I really enjoyed the beginning of the process, which definitely made me want to raise that right hand.
Yeah, and you had a chance to go to places you had never been before, not all the way around the world, but you did a lot of things stateside, right?
Yeah. I started my career off from the MEPS in Grand Rapids, where I did all my my entrance testing and stuff, and then flew to South Carolina at Fort Jackson to do basic training, and then spent my 3 months there. Then I went to Fort Lee in Virginia for my AIT to become a wheeled vehicle mechanic. The job code was 91 Bravo. That was another 3 months, and then from there I went to Fort Campbell in Kentucky, Tennessee border. I spent right about 3 years there, and then during my time stationed there, we also went to pre-deployment training in Fort. I can't remember the name of the fort now because they've renamed it. So
right.
It was Fort Polk. I can't think of the name of it currently, but Fort Polk in Louisiana. I spent a month out in the swamp there. Lots of scary stuff out there in the swamps.
Brandon, any memorable moments or experiences that you had while being in the military?
The greatest experience out of all of it was definitely the bond that I created with so many people from so many different places across the United States, some from outside the United States. A guy that I graduated basic training with, he got his United States citizenship by completing basic training, and he was originally from Guam, and so the language barrier was there, but he was a good friend through all the basic training. And then my time at Fort Campbell, I met so many amazing people and really got to relearn the term brother.
Any advice that you would give to young people that may be considering, just like you when you were young, maybe looking up to either a parent or grandparent that maybe served in the military? Any advice you'd give to them about military service?
Yeah, if you're thinking about serving your country, the first thing you got to know is you have to be patriotic. If you just go into it and not put your all, you're gonna be let down a little bit, and you're not gonna have as much fun as it can be, because it's definitely difficult. But if you love your country and you love what you do, you'll end up really enjoying your time and learning a lot and having a lot to bring with you when you do get out.
Yeah, and I can just tell from the conversations that we've had that you've turned out to be a pretty awesome individual and very polite, saying sir and all that stuff,
Yeah.
which is great. So you probably learned a lot of things that from the military, just kind of things that you can carry with you throughout life, and just to give you a better perspective on life as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely. The biggest thing that I've learned really is minding my manners, regardless of who you're talking to, and then discipline is a big one. And I think the discipline really ties into motivation. No matter what the situation is, I've found myself staying motivated just because I know that as long as I keep going, I can make it through to the other side.
Well, Brandon, I've really appreciated my time with you, and on behalf of all of us from Y Country and the grateful listeners, who want to say thank you for your service.